Hi, how are we all? This is Nina from Rafaela Soul Sessions. I wanted to come on today and just talk at you and talk about some of the stuff that's happening. It's been a really powerful week. Energetically, I feel like it's been a huge uprising of that sacred feminine energy, and then the pushback of the last throes of the patriarchal energies trying to come in and squash us feminines back down. I feel that very strongly, and I feel that there's a lot of people who are being very triggered by some of the information that people are sharing. There's information that's coming out that's being shared that is triggering a lot of people's belief systems, and what I'm observing is that the people who aren't necessarily very comfortable in their belief systems tend to try and attack anybody who's not sharing the accepted narrative. This is something I've been observing all week, and I just wanted to voice it and share it and say that, you know, we are in our rights to lovingly set boundaries with these people, even though we may have been in these people's lives for a long time. We are allowed to lovingly disconnect and not let people into our field, our understanding. If it's not going to give either of us any positive outcome. So there's a lot of beautiful connections coming into our lives. We're waking up and seeing new information that's coming from new sources we've maybe not come across before, but we're also kind of washing out and flushing out the old energies that aren't necessarily connecting with us anymore. And that is all okay. That's all absolutely fine. You can set loving boundaries with people that you are not connecting with. That's completely okay. And even, you know, we can even set boundaries with people we don't know that come into our field. And I notice it, especially with this male energy, this masculine energy. I have people that come into my field, and men have for so long felt, or some men, not all men, for so long have felt they have the right to come in and take whatever part of the female energy they wish to take. They want to have some of your sexual energy. They want to have some of your attention. They want to, and I know for me, you know, I'm a mum and I've got my own business, and I find I have people come into my awareness that want a piece of my energy, and I have to just say no. I have to just block that from my field. I've been on a big journey with my boundaries with people. It is a big journey. It's you suddenly have to have that self-respect to go, this is not what I need in my world right now. And sometimes you have that, you know, somebody wants you to do something and you have that, male or female, and you have that sudden feeling like, oh, I have to do this thing that I don't actually want to do, but you know, you feel like you have to do it, so you start going to do it, and then it's like it doesn't feel like it's the right thing, but because this person wants this thing from you, you feel you have to do it. And that's when you have to go, no, wait, I need to have that uncomfortable conversation and say, actually, I'm not comfortable with that. Thank you and best of luck to you, but I'm not comfortable with continuing this communication, conversation, whatever it is. So these are some of the energies that I'm feeling at the moment. I'm observing in my kind of virtual world and physical world. It's taking your power back. And I guess that's something that's on an even larger scale as well. We're having to take our power back on many, many other things that we've felt has been out of our control, or something that we've had to do, or something that we've had to agree with, that suddenly we're going, wait a minute, that's not where I stand, or that's not what I believe in, or that's not right. That's not the way things should be. And I think that's a big thing about what's happening right now, and the situation we're in globally, because we're having this so much time away from the hustle bustle of daily life. We're having this time to reflect. And reflection, I would say, having that time and space to reflect on these things in our lives, that is the time where change comes in. And that's basically the seedlings of awakening, essentially. When you have that time to sit and reflect on your life, on the world that you see around you, and you're able to notice the things that you weren't able to notice before because you were too busy, or you were too distracted, or you were too caught up in something, because you had to keep this hamster wheel rolling. We're having this time to sit and reflect. And I was doing it yesterday with my daughter. I was watching Marnie play with balloons, and I was just watching her sweetness and her innocence and her fun and enjoyment of, that purity of being 3 years old and having a balloon. The simplicity and the purity of it. And I was just reflecting on, I was remembering when I was small, and I would, be in my little bubble, but then I would look at the adults and I would so want to be grown up. And I thought there was so, that was the end game. It was like we had to grow up and we had to be that. And I so wanted to be that. I felt so limited as a child. I so wanted to be an adult because you could do so much more, and you had so much more freedom, and nobody telling you what you had to do and all these things. But then when I look at my own child sitting here in my 30s, looking at my own child and reflecting on that purity and that joy and that freedom, that space before indoctrination, before belief systems or programming, before all that, that pure innocence, that burst of life and freshness and pure potential. The excitement and enjoyment of just a balloon, that. So yeah, I think reflection, and what I'm bringing this back to is reflection is a wonderful way of starting to observe the parts of yourself and the things in your life that you want to work on. And that's where we can start to do our inner work. And when we do that inner work, we start to really focus on what our triggers are, what the things that we don't feel comfortable with, or are maybe too scared to voice. When we start to do that, we start to open up our true potential and our true power. And this is what I'm always talking about. This is the power, not of just of who we are, but the power of our soul. And when you start to align with and connect with your soul, as we do very much in this work of quantum healing, that's when you can really connect with your true power, because the soul is limitless. The soul is pure expansion, and it's just so juicy and lovely. And when you align with that, you can see, you can tap into how powerful we actually are on not only an individual level but on a collective level, because everyone is connected and everything is connected. And that's when it gets exciting. So this was my message today. I just wanted to come on and say it's okay to set these boundaries with people who are not aligning with what you're aligning with. And it's okay to have that time of reflection and look within your own life and look at your belief systems and look at your patterns and your triggers and the things that you really are not gelling with and not agreeing. Like maybe it might be information that's coming out, or it might be the mainstream narrative or something that's not gelling. It's okay to dive into that and really see what the root of that is and ask yourself, is this my core belief? Is this something my soul truly believes in, or is this something that I have been told to believe? And that truth, when you get to the essence of that truth, right to the bottom of that truth, that has an energy. And that energy, the truth has an energy. That energy, when you feel that in your body, what does that feel like in my body? Does that feel right? Does that not? Does that feel good? Is there something that's halting that? Where do I feel it in my body, and what sensations is that bringing me? That's when you can discern whether that is a belief system, something you've been told to believe, or whether it's something that really is your soul's truth. And it's okay not to have the same truth as the next man. It's fine. It's okay. But it's really about stepping inward, stepping in and stepping into that power, and allowing yourself to recharge and reflect and really step into what's right for you and trust what's not for you. If it's not for you, you can drop it and leave it and set that boundary. That's okay. We can lovingly let people come and go into our lives, into and from our lives. That's okay. And I know I honor everybody who's come in and out of my life. I honor the journey that we've had together, the lessons that they've taught me. I mean, everybody is our teacher. Everybody has a beautiful gift for us. Whether it be a harsh lesson or to show you what your triggers are, because essentially your triggers are the things in you that, the things that need healing, the things that you've not worked on yet. And when somebody comes into your life and shows you that, that's a gift, and that's something that should be honored. That doesn't necessarily mean that person needs to be in your life, but you can still honor their presence and what they've brought to you. So yeah, I know this message has probably been a little bit jumbled. There's been a couple of different things that have been coming to me, but I really felt called to come in and share this message with you. I feel this is energy that's coming through me. So I'm sorry if it's not like completely coherent, but I just wanted to come on and share and share the energies that I've been feeling this week. It's been a really, really powerful week for a lot of people. And I know there's a lot of people that are starting to step into their power, that are starting to observe the world the way it has been for a very, very long time and see that things aren't right. We now have the time to sit and look at things and figure out whether that's really right or not. And that's a really powerful thing. So I hope you're all doing okay, and I hope you've managed to gain some kind of coherent message from this. I know there's been a couple of different things going through, but I want to send you all my love, and I'm just kind of preparing myself. I've got a couple of sessions coming up this weekend even. So I'm just kind of preparing my energy and releasing what I need to release so I can really sit and be there and do the work that I need to be doing for people. I'm saying this all the time at the moment. It is such an important time to do inner work. I wrote a post about this recently. I mean, this is a time when people are really starting to understand that we have been for so long living in a world that does not serve who we truly are and has not shown us who we truly are and what we truly need to be happy. That's why there's so much mental health issues in the world. There's so much health issues in the world because there's so much that's, unresolved and hello and unworked on. So, how are you doing? And so, yeah, this was my message for today. If you want to get in touch with me and talk about having a session, we can totally do that. I'm always available, and I'll leave all of my links and stuff below. Have you been taking your arm out of your dummy? So yeah, I'll leave all my links below and you can get in touch. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again very, very soon. Sending lots and lots of love.